YouTube. This is Mahadeva the Thunder Wizard, and I wanted to talk to you briefly about the two most powerful techniques that I have used in my life, which has allowed me to break through the blocks that I have had, which have been very stubborn, blocks that I have had towards prosperity and success in my life. I now am living a comfortable life. I don't worry about my finances, and I can do pretty much what I want, when I want, however I want. And I owe that to these two techniques that I employ on a daily basis, which gives me the power to shift my neural pathways and to change my programming and give me the ability to literally pull the switch on the universe so that I'm given all of the resources and more that I could need in order to live my happiest, most productive life. So I want to talk to you about these two techniques today. So we have been programmed, as you've heard me share about many times. We have been programmed since we were little kids. And in this programming, what ends up happening is that we end up creating these neural pathways in our brain that have a connection to all kinds of chemicals that are released. You learned, because of your programming and because of the ways that you chose to react to your environment for your survival, you learned certain responses to life. And because these neural pathways have been embedded very deeply in your brain, you end up getting a reward every time you take action towards what you have been programmed and what you have told yourself you need to do in order to survive. You'll get a dopamine rush. You will get a reward. When you don't follow the neural pathways in your brain, the things that you have been programmed to do, you will have a punishment. Your body will release negative feelings: anger, sadness, confusion, fear, shame, guilt. And so the combination of these two things are designed to keep you on the path that you've been programmed to do and that you have chosen to do. Because what happens when you're a little kid, you're programmed by your parents and your society and your school to react to life in certain ways, which may be actually detrimental to your ability to be successful. But in order to please the people around you, you learn to conform. We all do this. It's a natural instinct. The assumption is, the universe, nature assumes that your parents are going to treat you and teach you effective tools to survive and be successful. And so left by itself, this process works because you create these neural pathways which reward you when you follow them and punish you when you go against them. And it's very easy. You just let your impulses and your feelings dictate your actions. And if you've been programmed correctly, that'll keep you on a good path and you'll be successful and happy in life. But what happens when your parents don't train you well? When your school, when your society, when your religion, when your friends, when the influences around you actually train you to be unsuccessful. Very simply in my life, my parents taught me that if I wanted their love and approval, I had to be mediocre and constantly poor. And even though consciously I knew that I was miserable and I wanted to be successful, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to gain any success. I couldn't seem to gain any prosperity in my life. And I worked my ass off in all kinds of ways, and it was just like grinding my gears and nothing happening, just sparks flying everywhere. Until I learned that I had been programmed to fail, and that that my, not only emotionally and psychologically have I been trained that way, but there's actually a neural pathway in my brain. There are ruts in my brain that my neurons have created, which make it almost impossible for me to do anything other than what I've been programmed. And so we can see from the outside, we can watch other people sabotage their own life. And if you ask them, they're going towards something successful, and then you see them sabotage their life, and you say, why did you do that? You're destroying your life. They will go, no, I'm not. I have to do this. I've changed my mind. God told me to do this. And they'll come up with these really irrational explanations for the actions that they're taking, which is destructive to their own happiness. And that's because there's this process where if we follow the neural pathway, we will be given positive reinforcement. Our body will release dopamine and all kinds of other chemicals that reward us for the actions that we've taken. And we've got the psychological programming, which will punish us if we go outside of that and we do something different than what we've been programmed. Even if it's the best thing for us, our emotions will kick in, and you'll have all these negative emotions trying to punish you to bring you back in line, because your body thinks it's protecting itself. It thinks that it's sending you on the path towards your greatest success, when in reality, you've been trained to sabotage yourself. So I've learned two very powerful techniques that work to change the neural pathways in my brain, to literally take them out of those ruts and put them into a new pathway. And there's a technique you can use to, over time, create new neural pathways in your brain which reward you for taking action towards your prosperity and your success. And there's these techniques also help you to address, become conscious, and change the emotional reactions that are used to punish you whenever you go towards your success. And it will help you stay sane, so that when your mind and your emotions start telling you to do something absolutely contrary to your best and healthiest prosperity, you will have the awareness to stay on track. And so these two most powerful techniques I have just uploaded into a video, which I have uploaded to the thunderwizard.com Patreon site. So if you want to watch that video, I invite you to go to thunderwizard.com and subscribe at whatever level you want. If you subscribe at the lowest level, which is the Mastery of Shamanism course, you will have access to hundreds of hours of videos teaching you about shamanism and ritual, as well as the videos that I just mentioned to you. If you subscribe at the level above that, which is the Manifestation Mastery course, you will have access to, again, hundreds of hours of videos going into detail, talking about how you can pull the switch on the universe so that the universe will provide you with the resources and the opportunities to bring you to your greatest success and your greatest happiness. If you subscribe at the highest level, which is the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong, you will have access to an energetic practice where you literally click play and you follow along with me. You don't have to learn anything or memorize anything. You just do what I do. And that the energies of Kundalini, of Qi, and of the lightning center of the heart will all be stimulated in your system, and you will have literally a hack, an energy power that will give you even more ability to shift your neural pathways and to change your unconscious so that you can go after your highest success. So, if you want to know what those two techniques are, go to thunderwizard.com and subscribe. It right now is the 31st, so it's best to subscribe on the 1st or afterwards, because the Patreon will charge you when you subscribe, even if it's in the middle or towards the end of the month. So I encourage you to wait until the 1st. If you're watching this on the 1st, go and subscribe now. If you're watching this as I just uploaded it on the 31st, give it until after, when it reaches the 1st, and then you can go ahead and subscribe. So go ahead and check that out. You can go to thunderwizard.com and just scroll around, and you can see all the different things that are available for you there. So that's it for you, my friends, on this video. I wish you all the best. I will see you all very soon.